Hi, Larry. Okay, it is evaluation day, and I wonder how many times I've said that since I started this business. I guess at least once for every video I've ever made. That's a lot of times to say that. I should just have a cue card that says evaluation day. Okay, so we have your father's 6309. He bought this in the 1970s at a base PX when he was in the Marine Corps. The watch was made in 1979. So it would have been right at the end of the 70s, maybe the early 80s. But, you know, for having gone through boot and dive certifications and all kinds of stuff, well, it's a nice watch. It's a nice watch. Let's talk about the numbers. It must have gotten whacked at a certain point. Not bad. It's just, it's wildly out of adjustment. This is beat error. This is when the tick doesn't match the talk. It's when the roller jewel isn't aligned correctly with the pallet fork, and so it's got more travel on one side than the other, which is, it's not a big deal. That'll come out when it's adjusted. That's a lot of beat error though. But despite that, it's pretty clean. If you'll notice, look at that, see? And it's relatively steady. Interesting that the beat error is climbing. Interesting. Anyway, but cosmetically, the watch is very nice for having been through what it had gone through. Hang on just one second. I want to get this down a little bit here. That might be a little bit better. Okay. So let's look at this. No, it's a good watch. Original. Your case back seals is flat as a board, but it's still a little rubbery. I had to put this on Big Bertha to get it open. Did not want to open, but look at the bright shine on this metal. Look at that, no oxidation. Look at that. Isn't it? It's pretty rare to see a 6309 that has this pristine of bridges. It's pretty incredible. The only thing I see is that let's see. That's pretty tight. That's pretty amazing. Huh. Incredible. Yeah, your lower mainspring arbor port feels like it's pretty tight. I'll have to look at that to be sure. Simply because it would be unusual for one to have gone through this and then be in that kind of condition. Being that this is your father's watch, we might want to talk about doing that proactively, since that cures a problem that Seiko should have addressed first. Also, this is the first time I've ever seen this. This crystal took such a hit, it took a chunk out here, but the sealing surface wasn't compromised. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. A lovely watch. It's so great that your dad still has this. Your center wheel and cannon pinion feel a little loose. Not bad. I've seen worse, obviously. Let's see. That's pretty okay. Yeah, it's fine. Your crown threads are good. After service and seals, this would be really nice. The hands are hazy, but that'll actually clean up. That'll clean up pretty sweetly. It'll be a really nice watch when we're done. It'll be all clean and beautiful. The only thing is that you had said that you were looking forward to diving with this watch. One thing I don't do is I don't certify for immersion. I do replace all the seals. I do make sure the case is clean. Everything comes apart. The whole watch is cleaned. Everything is taken care of. But I just don't certify it for water exposure. So that's something to keep in mind. I have a tester. I haven't used it in years. But for me, for my opinion, you know, these old, you know, beautiful vintage divers, especially when they're in this condition, they in my opinion, should be retired. That they're not, you know, they've earned their retirement. They don't need to be put to the test anymore. They make watches now that go into the water and we don't really have to worry about them. And there are only so many of these. As my dad used to say, they don't make them anymore. Okay, you let me know. Thank you.